A lot of people in modern hunter-gatherer societies do something a little unusual when they shoot. They have their bow hand index finger either wrapped over the arrow or extended and making some kind of contact with the arrow. This is not something that is strictly necessary for shooting a self bow that does not have an arrow rest or shelf. You can shoot off the hand itself just fine, and I have done it myself for years. I shot simpler bows like this exclusively long before I bought any modern bows. So, what is the purpose of the index finger on the arrow? Why are they doing this when it would appear that it's not really needed? First of all, there are many reasons for having the index finger wrapped over the arrow other than while actually shooting. If you visit any modern archery range, you will notice that there are two types of people. There are people who nock their arrow in a manner I would describe as nock first. They take the arrow out of the quiver and carefully place the nock onto the string. Then there are people, including myself, who put the fore end of the shaft on the bow and grasp it with the bow hand index finger to hold it in place, and then slide the arrow forward and nock it. I personally think that this is the much better of the two methods. Once you've got your index finger wrapped over the arrow, you've got lots of control over it, and you can nock the arrow much easier and quicker, even without looking at the string. The weight of the arrow does not have any leverage over your fingers as you attempt to get the nock precisely aligned with the string. This method is explicitly described in older archery manuals, specifically ones for the English longbow, dating back to the early 19th century, although the technique is almost certainly much older and more universal. Moreover, the finger can remain wrapped over the arrow to keep it firmly in place while stalking through the forest. So, what about the modern hunter-gatherers? Perhaps, just like modern archers, they use the index finger to control and contain the arrow while nocking it, and then keep the arrow there until the moment it comes to shoot. But unlike modern archers, they don't bother to get the finger fully out of the way. It would seem that this is because of the grip that they use. The secondary and tertiary grips essentially combine aspects of the pinch and Mediterranean grip. The pinch component helps keep the arrow on the string, especially if the arrow has no nock and your bowstring is a large and flat piece of bamboo. The Mediterranean grip aspect should be self-evident. It's what gives the grip the majority of its power. Now, when you pull the bow back using this grip, look at what happens. The arrow starts to rotate out. It is similar to what happens with novice archers when the arrow swings out, but a lot harder to prevent. This is due to the different kind of pressure that this grip puts on the nock and the string. So the solution, apart perhaps from a lot of practice and finesse, is to keep the bow hand index finger on the arrow.